Hi, my name is Jan Elfers, and I'm the president of Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon. EMO brings together diverse communities of faith and people of goodwill to learn, serve, and advocate for justice, peace, and the integrity of creation. Our commitments are rooted in the sacred gospel text of Matthew 25. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me. Thank you for reflecting on these words with me and the privilege of taking the time to share the story of Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon with you.
For over a century, first as the Oregon Council of Churches and the Portland Council of Churches, which then merged together in 1973 to become Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon, people of faith have been working together to love our neighbors across the state and throughout the Pacific Northwest. EMO's work is informed by bearing witness to the margins of our society and asking critical questions about who and or what is at risk in those margins. This is the prophetic call of our tradition, which teaches us to learn from, advocate for, and serve the last, the least, and the lost among us. Because of this, we are committed to creating a more peaceful, more just, more sustainable world, not just for some of us, but for all of us. Some of our priorities include basic human needs like hunger, housing, and behavioral health. Human migration issues, including refugee and immigrant justice. Peace and reconciliation work, like speaking out against hate crimes and racism, focusing on victim justice, gun violence prevention, and criminal justice reform. Creation justice campaigns, including climate change advocacy, education, and sustainability initiatives.
How do we go about making change in our world? As Archbishop Desmond Tutu stated, there comes a point where we need to stop just pulling people out of the river. We need to go upstream and find out why they're falling in. Following from this, first we go upstream to listen and learn from each other about the root causes of suffering. How are systems and institutions perpetuating inequity?
We listen to the stories our clients tell us about the challenges they face in their lives. We convene opportunities for partners to share their knowledge about topics such as immigration reform and climate change at annual events like our Collins Summit, Interfaith Advocacy Day, Criminal Justice Sabbath, and Creation Justice events.
We then take what we learn from one another and advocate for systemic change. To this end, EMO's public policy team is an ongoing presence in Salem that provides a collective, strong moral voice in the halls of our capital.
On Interfaith Advocacy Day, we gather people from across the state to speak up to their elected officials on issues that impact the most vulnerable members of our communities. EMO's ballot measure guide provides our constituents with a deeper understanding of each ballot measure. This education and advocacy work is grounded in our ongoing dedication to direct service.
Our various service programs keep us rooted in the downstream impact of unjust systems on people's lives.
EMO's food services focus on hunger in our communities. Our Northeast Emergency Food Program, HIV Day Center, Daily Bread Express, and Second Home programs all provide nutritional food to our clients. Likewise, the crisis of affordable housing in our state is severe. Thus, through programs like Second Home, Metro Home Share, SOAR Refugee Resettlement, and Russian Organ Social Services, EMO provides much needed affordable housing to the most vulnerable populations. Behavioral health is also a priority. So as a result, all our programs provide trauma-informed care to our clients who have experienced extreme hardships. It's also worth sharing how our programs often work together to provide for the various needs of each client. For example, refugees and immigrants who gain services from SOAR Legal or Ross will often get food support from NEFP, social services from the HIV Day Center, and housing opportunities from Second Home.
EMO also works closely with many other partners across the state to address the upstream issues that lead to suffering.
And this spirit of partnership, mutual aid, and community building extends to more partners than we could list.
Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon offers pathways for people of faith and goodwill to become engaged in meeting the needs of others. But in practice, it's so much more than that.
Oregon is salmon country, which means streams are two-way streets. But in a similar way, EMO's work runs upstream and downstream. Downstream, the people we serve inform and guide our living out of the gospel. Upstream, our servant leaders are challenged by this encounter and reminded of the deeper transformation that the Holy Spirit is always calling us to.
We invite you to get involved in EMO's work. To find out more about how you can learn, serve, advocate, and give, go to EMO's website, call, or email Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon. And thank you so much for your partnership.